Hey, Ken. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of our process by way of a very short video here. So here's the objective, right? Ideation around messaging strategy competitively. So finding those claims and identifying claims to drive competitive differentiation. And the real important point and central to the framework is designing all of that from the perspective of the customer. So from the customer, the physician's point of view, in this case. 4 steps. This is a generalizable process which you will find quite familiar. We've applied it in all over the place on all kinds of industries. We're going to use the example of Microsoft here to illustrate. But 4 steps in terms of first defining a goal or context around the customer point of view, company and competitor offering. This gives focus and framing for the participants involved. Second, creating a common understanding, getting the participants to get their model of customer and physician choice out on the table. There'll be some variances there, but bringing all those to a consensus, and then based upon that consensus view, brainstorming messages to drive differentiation, and then certainly sharing. So engaging the team is a way that brings folks together, but then also having tools to record and share the resulting strategy and focused ideas and action plans come out the other end. So beginning with common goal, context statement, again, you're familiar with, but the point here is that to get the team on the same page very quickly and be very specific about, we're looking for a revenue outcome here. And this is the key phrase: by creating more value for the customer. We pick a customer segment here, young eye doctors in large practices, just to illustrate. But this turns on its head very often the typical approach to thinking and ideation, because we're going to try and put everything, get everybody looking through the lens of the customer. And then, of course, you've got the competitor there as well. So consensus assumptions means that we ask and we identify from everyone, what are the drivers of physician decision-making? And so we'll say, here's some example choice factors. This is a brainstorming process in and of itself to begin with, and you'll think of common things we've always talked about, and we'll encourage everybody to go beyond that and really think through what are the new dimensions we need to be thinking about. So these are just some illustrative ideas here. So product factors are obvious. Surgical delivery factors are very common and important in this context. Price and payment, outcomes like patient recovery time, complication rates, clarity of perception coming out, the relationship practice, brand. There are many categories, and this is an important part of the process in identifying what all those categories might be. In other words, what has the team members found to be important for them to consider. And the point then is to really teach and understand what we can learn from the 3 circles. So to prompt the fact that, well, what we're looking for is, do we believe we have superiority to techniques on certain important attributes? Recognize that are there points of superiority and points of difference for techniques relative to us? Are there unmet needs? Are there factors that we both deliver on equally? Looking outside the customer circle, are there factors that are of lower value to physicians? Lastly about this, we get the team, once we've gone through that whole process, we get the team to evaluate all the optional brands on those choice factors. So how important are those choice factors? Who wins on those choice factors? Are either brand deficient on those choice factors? So we come to those consensus assumptions, get the team aligned on that, and then from there we begin the real ideation about messaging themes, about particular claims that we feel we need to own, following the prescriptions of the model, which have been validated over time. Just really thinking through, how do we build that uniqueness, that green zone or that area A, and then really emphasizing enumeration of as many ideas as we can come up with, and then evaluating and getting to a point of focus, because we can't take 27 claims to market. We need to be really focused on a particular set of value propositions for different segments in the market. Critical then to have simple tools for capturing and sharing those particular ideas we're going to go with. So here's a value proposition, and then the clinical and or outcomes or quality of life claims, and the evidence base, how we can demonstrate and also articulate those particular points. I want to go back quickly here to these three keys to effective ideation. One is creating a deep break from the current point of view, literally stepping into the eye doctor's shoes to break the existing perspective, to get a fresh look at what matters, and also to get the team going around an exercise they don't often get to do, using a common language. What's important here is that finance people, R&D people, accounting, engineering operations, marketing, sales, use way different languages, right? But once they get into the exercise, they start talking colors, and they start talking points of difference, points of parity, unmet needs, which is a new language, but a very common and easy language to pick up. Last, obviously, the team owns this analysis and the strategy design, which really contributes to alignment. We've been extremely lucky to build a strong team. This is not everybody, but it's a good core of Patty with great consumer background, Gary, my co-founder, with technology and some healthcare that's not reflected there. Bart is our vice president of research. Rachel is our general manager of healthcare. Both have a lot of healthcare experience, really good. We have an engagement, a timeline, a set of deliverables and milestones in the SOW. So have a look at that, and look forward to catching up on this very quickly, Ken. Thanks.